Hey guys, it's Wayne here from Old Time Junk Hauling. About 2 years ago I did a short video of the tools that I carry in the truck, but things have changed since then. Added things, got rid of things, different truck, different toolboxes. I'll show you what I have. The biggest thing was having toolboxes where I didn't have to put things in the bed of the truck and accidentally forget them at the landfill and dump them, which happened more than once. Lost a couple of hand trucks and so forth. I think maybe a wheelbarrow. Stuff got stolen off the jobs too because I left it behind. But here it is. We start over this side of the truck. That's our main toolbox where we keep most of the stuff that we use all the time. This little pile here is what we keep in the tool bag that you grab quick and bring it to the job. You know, a nice little set of driver bits. These other ones, I got a Harbor Freight, those ones on the top, the driver bits. They're kind of nice. If you're taking something apart, you don't have a socket that's going to fall off the end of it when you bang it on something, or you're pulling it out when you're trying to take it apart at a recliner chair or something like that. And those longer colorful bits is the cheap set. I got a Harbor Freight, not the best quality, but it's good. It's a good selection, and you get to see what you can use, and you can upgrade to the higher quality, like the Milwaukee and DeWalt ones there on the right, the black ones that you use a lot, the ones that are going to wear out. So you like those. Those are 6-inch. They're a nice size. Basic hand tools. There's a metric set of those bits as well as SAE. There's my driver, impact driver, the Makita one. The other one is a old Ryobi one I have. It's much longer, so you can see the benefit of having that short one and taking things apart. Sometimes that longer one won't fit. In that little PVC pipe there is some zip ties. You can zip tie things shut, sleeper beds or cabinet doors that you're carrying out. You don't want the doors to fall open. They're handy to have. Of course, the hammers, little pry bar, Allen keys, gloves. I still like those Kong gloves, the heavy duty ones. And these are my new favorite for just moving like light and heavy duty stuff. They're like a kind of like a latex. They're very grippy. They really give you a lot more grip strength on something that's slippery or cloth. They're nice. They're a little lighter duty. Things could puncture them kind of easily, but good gloves. I recommend them. Duct tape. Duct tape you take drawers shut too. Okay, that's it for the basic hand tools. Shoulder dollies. These things are great. Helps you move heavy things without straining your back. Costco folding dolly with a folding nose plate. I can fit it inside that 2x2 by 5 foot long toolbox there. A wheel chuck, electric saw, battery operated electric saw. It uses 2 batteries, so it's 36 volt. That kind of stuff, you want to buy a good one. Don't buy the cheap ones, and get the ones with high capacity batteries. I like Makita, but I mean, DeWalt's probably good, or Milwaukee. This is a blower. It's an 18 volt Makita blower. Really great. I mean, that is a customer pleaser. Sweep up, blow out garages, driveways, leave it cleaner than you came, and people will be impressed. There's respirators and extra gloves and the long sleeve shirt, hard hat if you ever need it. These little smaller respirators, the ones with a little valve in it, are nice if you're working hard. It's a little easier to breathe than the ones without that valve. There's some first aid in there. This is my power tool box. This little light is great. It's a Ryobi one. But I was doing a hoarder house, and there was no electricity, and some of the rooms did not have windows, like the two bathrooms and some of the closets. It's hard to see. I had to get up in the attic with no light, so that thing is great. I like to keep an angle 4.5-inch angle grinder. It's just a little Ryobi one. Don't use it much, but if you got to cut through a pole and it's got concrete or something in it, your Sawzall blade will dull. You might have to grind off some stuff. I've used that a couple times. It's come in handy. That little PVC pipe is full of different Sawzall blades. So there's a variety in there. Get your thin cutoff wheels and a grinder wheels for the little portable battery operated grinder. Extra chainsaw blade. Actually, that one is for a gas one. I should have an extra one for my electric. two 18 volt batteries on this Makita makes it 36 volt, really good. I could cut up a hot tub usually with just those 2 batteries, but bring a spare. I don't mess around with bringing a extension cord. It just takes too much time. Of course, hearing protection and eye protection is in that bag. Very important if you're going to be grinding and cutting with a Sawzall or smashing things that can break and hit you in the eyes. Safety cones. There's a socket set in there. Don't really use that too much, but it's come in handy a few times. Just some odds and ends tools, cable cutter there, Allen wrenches, pliers, another set of bits. Those wire brushes are good for cleaning off your shoes in case you get a mess. Okay, let's get into the bed of the truck. This little ladder I found handy to keep handy at the end of the truck to get up in there when you're not using the ramp. It saves from jumping up and down. I just have a little cheap tarp, 6 by 14 or 16 tarp, whatever it is, 8 by 14 maybe, or 16. But that's bought at Harbor Freight. Makes a good inexpensive tarp. If you don't have the real deal, it won't tear to shreds in 1 or 2 trips like a vinyl tarp. This little thing is really handy. I don't have it wired up well. I just have the wires hanging here. I have an old battery I got off the job, a little small one from one of those cars, and I put both the leads on there with a little alligator clip. But I mean, I could pull refrigerators, heavy appliances up the ramp on a dolly. I've even pulled up a little trailer up the ramp on a dolly with that thing. And if you get one, I mean, this is only 2,500 pounds, but it's probably more than enough for most things. And the way I have it set up, I don't want to strain the wall too much. But get one with a remote, not the hardwired one, because you need to be holding on to your stuff you're pulling up the ramp so you can control it. Unless you had 2 people, but the one with the remote is the way to go. You know, this video is taking a little while, but I'm trying to go quick. Alright, this is the other box. This is kind of the box, things that we don't use a lot, but I like to have it with me in case I need it. This is a heavy duty dolly. I left the other one on the job. I'm going to pick that up tomorrow. This has fixed wheels in the front, swivel wheels in the back. This is good for pulling up heavy stuff up the ramp. Okay, basic hand tools, you guys see it there. Sledgehammers, pry bar, shovels, pitchfork. That one with the tape on the handle, the black one, it's a pick around. It's good for grabbing pieces of wood off the ground. You kind of just, you can kind of, and like stick it into the wood and pick it up. Here in North Carolina, we have a lot of copperheads, so you have to be careful. A tool like that makes it a little safer. These I got off a cleanup from Amazon. A few truckloads. I saved a couple. They really come in handy to use kind of as like a trash bag, and they fold up. I have a couple behind the seat, and they fold up and stick in the toolbox, no problem. This is where the garbage can is kind of harder to find a space for an end when you have a full truck. Really handy. It's good for cleaning out stuff on the second floor, and 2 people have to, you can load it up. One guy grabs the straps in the back, one guy in the front, carry it down. if you could get some of those, I'd recommend hanging on to them. I carry some extra boots. Again, we have copperheads, so if I'm in tall grass or somewhere where I suspect it, I'm going to put on those rubber boots, or somewhere wet and muddy. A pair of regular steel-toed boots. I usually go to work with these shoes because they're lighter and easier to get around, and a few pairs of these shoe liners when you're walking in someone's nice clean house, especially a white carpet, keeps their carpets clean. That piece of PVC has 2 caps on it. It's filled up with cat litter in case there's some kind of spill. Some extra stuff, blades and markers, some more zip ties, some mattress bags, and I keep a couple extra Makita batteries over here, and tape and that stretch stuff that movers use, towels and paper towels, piece of rope, one little small tarp. That's a little box I use to keep this small battery. This is the small battery that I use to power the winch. I just alligator clip those things on there, and I keep it in this box so nothing shorts out those wires. I really should have it wired up, but we'll get there someday. And this is the box we keep that stuff. Just a couple extra straps and a D-ring. I got in this little plastic container here. I have stuff to plug a tire in case there's some kind of problem out on the road. These tires in this truck have been really great. I've only had 1 puncture so far. It's my broom and that style shovel. Those kind of live right up there in the truck. Hang up on the outside for easy access. And I got a couple other things like chains, trash bags, and a fire extinguisher in there. I got a shelf there. The totes go underneath, so everything goes in there quick. In the truck, we have room for there's one of those bags behind there. Try not to keep a lot in the truck. And here has some rain gear in there. There's a couple moving blankets. Those are good to have. You might have a banister. You might have to take apart some furniture on hardwood floor to protect things. There's a clean plastic tarp if you're cutting something up inside a house. That's good to contain the mess. Plastic bags, I cover my feet at the landfill with those plastic bags and throw them out before I get back in the truck to keep the truck clean. A thing of paper towels, and of course hand sanitizers. Okay, that's about it. Hope this maybe helps someone and it's informational.